Imagine waking up and realizing your worst breakdown, your most private, vulnerable moment, has been turned into a TikTok trend for millions to laugh at. That's exactly what happened to me. My own best friend, someone I trusted, secretly recorded me crying and made me into a meme. But here's the twist. When I finally got my revenge, the entire internet turned on her. If you've ever been betrayed by someone you thought you could trust, hit that like button. And if you believe karma has a way of coming back around, subscribe, because today's story is about betrayal, revenge, and the painful lessons we both had to learn the hard way. When I think back to that night, I can still feel the weight in my chest. It was past midnight. The dorm hallways were quiet, and I was lying on my side, staring into the dark. My blanket was damp with tears, muffling the sound of my sobs so no one would hear. I thought I was safe in my own room, safe with Maya, my roommate, my supposed best friend. But I wasn't safe, because while I was falling apart, Maya was holding her phone, recording. I didn't know it then. I didn't know my worst, most fragile moment was being turned into someone else's content. The truth is, that night wasn't about something silly or small. I wasn't crying because I lost a shoe or because I got a bad grade on one test. No. I was crying because my world felt like it was collapsing. My mom, my anchor, had just been diagnosed with a serious illness. I'd been getting calls from home where her voice sounded weaker and weaker, and every time I hung up, I wondered if it was the last time I'd hear her sound like herself. On top of that, school was crushing me. My grades were slipping, professors were starting to notice, and I felt like no matter how hard I tried, I was just drowning deeper. So that night I let myself break. Alone. Or so I thought. The next morning I woke up to my phone buzzing nonstop. Dozens of notifications. At first, I thought, maybe my friends noticed I'd gone quiet. Maybe they were checking in on me. But no, it was so much worse, because plastered across TikTok was me. Crying, red eyes, puffy face, snotty nose. Every humiliating detail immortalized in a 15-second clip. And Maya? She'd laid it over a trending audio track. Something mocking, something upbeat and cruel. The caption read, "When your roommate cries over literally everything." My stomach dropped so hard I thought I'd be sick. Within hours, it wasn't just a post. It was a trend. People were stitching it, duetting it, mocking me. They called me Crybaby Roommate. That nickname spread like wildfire. By lunchtime, guys I barely knew were fake sobbing when I walked past them in the cafeteria. Girls giggled behind their hands. My phone lit up with messages I didn't even want to open. And through it all, Maya basked in the attention. She sat at the center of the storm, smiling, scrolling, refreshing her feed. She got 200,000 views overnight, and she loved it. When I confronted her, my voice trembling, she didn't even look guilty. "It's not that serious," she shrugged. "It's just a joke. Plus, you're kind of famous now. You should be flattered." Flattered. She wanted me to be flattered that my heartbreak had become a meme. That was the moment something broke inside me. For days, I hid. I skipped classes. I stayed in my room with the curtains drawn. Every time my phone buzzed, I jumped, afraid it was another notification reminding me of my humiliation. But Maya? She leaned into it. She started calling me Crybaby like it was a nickname. She would fake sniffle when she walked into the room. Every laugh from her felt like a knife twisting deeper, and then slowly, something inside me shifted. At first, it was just bitterness. Then it turned into anger, and finally, it became resolve. If Maya thought pain was content, maybe it was time she got a taste of her own medicine. I knew her secret, her one insecurity, the thing she was terrified of anyone seeing. Maya without makeup. She was obsessed with her image. She wore foundation to breakfast, eyeliner to class, even lipstick to the library. It wasn't just vanity, it was armor. She never let anyone see the bare, vulnerable version of herself. And I had photos, not staged, not cruel, just little candid shots. Moments when she thought I was asleep or when she'd collapsed into bed without wiping her mascara off. I never planned to use them, but after what she did to me, they felt like justice waiting to be served. This continues into revenge planning, the TikTok creation, the viral reaction, Maya's breakdown, the emotional climax, and the reflective moral ending. Final script will stretch to 10 to 15K words, with pacing designed for narration. When the video went viral, people flipped. The same crowd that mocked me now turned on Maya. She cried harder than I ever did, mascara streaking, begging me to take it down. But it was too late. The internet had already seen. Revenge felt sweet for a while. But watching her break, I realized I had become her. I had taken her insecurity and weaponized it just like she did to me. That's when it hit me. Pain should never be turned into content. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button and subscribe for more true stories of betrayal and justice. And tell me in the comments, if someone did this to you, would you get revenge or walk away?